Hi everyone, Life Lessons with Joy here. I just want to say to whoever needs to hear this that regardless of what people say, regardless of what people do to you, or even say to you, understand that you have the power and the authority to reject people's projections, to reject people's insecurities, and do you. I believe that no matter what has happened in my life, the reason why I keep pushing forward, no matter what obstacles, betrayal, heartaches, financial disruptions, the reason why I still have this fighting spirit in me is because I realize that instead of me becoming bitter, I take an inventory of what I have been doing. Why have I believed other people's projections? What is it that I like? What is it that I want to do? What are things that I can do to better myself? What are things that I need to give up doing? Habits, behavior, ways of thinking, way of speaking, way of acting. And so once you take that inventory and then you take self-accountability and then you also look at your environment, you start to move the pieces around. And when you start moving the pieces around, there's just no way that your life cannot get better. Okay? It's just no way that it cannot get better. I believe that even though a lot of the things that I've been through have not been fun at all, it has taught me to be resilient. It has taught me to be dependent on myself. It has taught me that I don't know what it is that I have in me. It's not on me, it's in me. That I can get knocked down and I'll get back up 20 million times over and over again. Because the way that I see life is that, okay, well, this might not have gone my way, but I'm still alive. And every day that you are alive, that's an opportunity to shift. That's an opportunity that you can do better. That is a chance at life that many people across the world, even some of your family members, friends, or people that you might know, whatever the case may be, if they pass away that day, they didn't get that chance, but you got that chance, right? And I'm not saying to gloss over things that are unhealthy, whether it is within yourself or whether it is because from your outside environment. I'm not saying to gloss over that. You have the right to feel whatever hurt, whatever pain, right? And process that and continue to move forward. You can use the pain and say, okay, well, I went through this. It really hurt me. All right, I'm going to feel that emotion. But don't sit with that emotion for years upon years because emotions have to go somewhere. And I believe that when it doesn't have an outlet, it creates resentment, it creates hostility, it creates, self-esteem issues. It also creates unhealthy relationships with people outside of you because you're still holding that in. You need to find an outlet, whether that is boxing, whether that is going to the gym, whether that is painting, whether that is writing, whether that is making videos like I'm doing right now. You have to find a way to get that out of your body, okay? Because obviously, if you start putting poison somewhere and the poison overflows the cup and then you drink that, you're going to pass away. However, if they manage to pump your stomach in time and get that poison out, then you feel relief and then you're given a chance at life to be able to just start over if you have to. And it doesn't matter. Listen, some of the greatest people are people that have gone through stuff and are people that were able to utilize that pain for something more powerful, something that was able to help them but also help out the world, right? Whether that was through artistic expression, whether that was through you becoming a mentor to somebody else, whether that was you coming up with a business idea and something that people need the help. Like, there's just so many things that can be done. And again, I am not trying to gloss over the negative impacts, the unhealthy things, because you're supposed to look at that, you're supposed to go through it, right? And sometimes life just has up and downs. It's just the natural way. And sometimes life is just, life is just not fair, right? So you gotta find a way to navigate your situation, whether you need help from a therapist, whether you need help from a coach, whether if you're lucky enough to even have friends or people that are there as a support system or even family members. I, for the most part, have grown up without a support system. Like, I had people that were able to call me for things, vent and do whatever and trust me, and I will motivate them and pump them up. But when it was me on the other on the receiving end, I didn't feel comfortable even calling anybody. I knew they were not going to be there for me. They didn't even have any empathy towards what I was going through, and didn't even care to check up on me half of the time. But again, from those situations, I learned that I got my back. And I'm still, I don't think that there's not, good people in this world. I don't believe that. Even though my situations and the way that I've lived since childhood, it has been otherwise, that I haven't found a lot of reliable people that I can actually trust and be myself with, they can actually allow me to be who I am in my full essence of who I am, without them seeing me as a threat, without them getting insecure, without them wanting me to tone down, without them finding a fault or projecting the crap onto me. But nonetheless, I still believe that there are people out there that can be a good match with me, or whatever the case may be. And I do have very few people, but for the most part, I can't say, like, how some people have like large friend groups and stuff like that. I can't say that I generally have had that, because things ended up like turning sour. But I'm still not bitter. I'm still not mad. I learned from the lesson. I've taken a look at myself, and I realized that it was a lot of projections. It was things that I didn't deserve. It was miscommunications. It was people's ego. It was people's insecurities. And then it was me being naive. It was me thinking that people were going to treat me the same way that I treated them. It was me thinking that, I'm considerate of people's feelings, so I think that people are going to be considerate of my feelings, but that's not always the case. And it was also me, having a lack of boundaries and being a people pleaser at that time, not understanding and valuing myself, not understanding my self-worth, that I do matter, that I do deserve love and respect, that I do deserve to have friendships that listen to me and accept me as who I am, and don't try to knock me down or tell me that I'm extra or too much, and that my personality is just that they can't take it because I'm just whatever, too bold for them, whatever the case might be. If you encounter people like this, reevaluate that friendship, reevaluate that relationship, reevaluate that family dynamic, because again, unless your behavior is toxic and unhealthy, and even then, that's for you to change that. You can't control somebody else. You can only control how you react and what you do and what you say, right? So that's what I wanted to say. And I hope this finds everybody well. I'm doing amazing. Life is great. It could be a little better on the social aspect. But I know that very soon it will get there. So I hope you guys have a great day. And thank you so much for supporting me.